Welcome back, everybody, to One Ride on this roller coaster. Today, I'm going to talk about traveling through the security checkpoints at U.S. airports. It's a very anxious time. People are right on your back. They're getting into your space, and you got people that have gotten to the airport late that are just trying to get through security so they can get to their flight. So it's important that we try to make this process as smooth as possible for you and everybody else around you. First thing to talk about, I touched on it in my last video, is the 311 rule that the TSA has. Basically, what it does is it restricts you to 3.4 ounces of liquids in a bottle, and you can do this as many times as long as it fits inside a one clear bag, quart size clear bag rather. And if you're not using the standard unit of measure, you use a metric, it's 100 milliliters. So if you got a big bottle of shampoo, don't try to bring that through security. They are going to make you throw these things away. So, and I don't typically travel with a lot of liquids, especially domestically. You can pick these things up wherever you're traveling. But if it is something you need to travel with, just have it in the clear bag, ready to pull out. And you want to make sure that it is easy to get to. The next thing is there are some exemptions to this. These are your medicines. Medicines are not subjected to the 311 rule because the doctor could have prescribed you a big bottle. It can only be available over the counter in a big bottle and you need it when you're traveling. But I do want to emphasize that being able to travel with more than 3.4 ounces of medicine is limited to where you are. Katrina and I found this out. We were, when traveling with Maverick, we were in Edinburgh. They made us throw his medicine away because it was more than 3.4 ounces. At least the whole bottle volume is. There was obviously less than that in there, but they did make us throw it away. So it is a U.S. limited rule on the 3.4 ounces of medication. The next one is ice packs are also exempt. If you have ice packs, gel packs to keep breast milk cool, your medicine cool, those are exempt from the 311 rule. Do recommend that you make sure that they're frozen, so take them out of your freezer as late as possible before you travel. That's because I have heard stories where they have made them throw gel packs away because they had started to thaw and they were no longer in their frozen state. So, like I said, take them out as late as possible. Also, as I talked about in the Traveling with Kids with the food edition, is that baby and toddler nourishment is exempt from this rule. Breast milk, formula juices, they are not restricted to the 311. So, if you have any questions about that, I'd like to direct you to the Traveling with Kids food video, and it'll talk a little bit more about that. Now, we are in an electronic world. You do want to make sure that you are prepared to take your electronics out when you get to the airport. Laptops, tablets, phones, they're all going to be screened. If you do not have pre-check, you're going to have to take it out of your bag. So you want to be ready. If you got a hard clamshell bag, it's going to be a pain for you and everybody around you for you to start pulling these items out of your bag. If you got a backpack, drawstring bag, a shoulder bag, something like that, put your electronics in there. That way, when you get to security, you can pull that stuff out, stick it in the bin, and it can be X-rayed, no issues. If you're a very private person, you start having to open up your suitcase. People, they're going to see your underwear, things that you might see is a little more private. It's going to be open for everybody to see. You can get out of this by being TSA pre-check. I talked about the advantages and the costs associated with TSA pre-check in my first video, Traveling Easier. And the other thing is, if like me, I have to travel with my CPAP machine, and you still have to take your motor out of the bag so it can be scanned through security as well. Once again, if you get pre-check, you're exempt from having to do this, with a caveat. I have had some very early flights where pre-check had not opened yet, and I still had to take my motor out of my bag. As someone who travels a lot, and your pre-check cleared, it is, to me, it is embarrassing that I don't have my stuff together in cases like that, and so just be prepared to be able to take it out. Um, Another thing is uh, your shoes and belts. You can thank the shoe bomber for this, for us having to take our shoes off when we go to the airport now. If you're not cleared, if you have pre-check, it's not an issue. You're able to go right through the security line, leave your shoes and belts on, grab your bag off the conveyor, and go to your gate. If not, you're basically undressing yourself. They can scan all that stuff when you get to the checkpoint, and then you get redressed. Nobody likes getting redressed 2 or 3 times in a day. When you're traveling, it is a long day. You don't want to add any extra task. So I do recommend getting a pre-check for that. But if you don't travel a lot and it's not doesn't make economical sense to do it, just be prepared. Don't wait until you've got all your stuff put up on the bin and like, oh, I forgot to take my shoes off. No, you didn't forget to take your shoes off. They told you before you got there to take your shoes off. So just be ready. Belts, like I said, are the same thing. Watches, jewelry, anything that's going to shield you with the scan, they're going to make you take it off, or you're going to get patted down after you get through if anything gets flagged. All right. So just be prepared for that. The next thing is water bottles. Do not try to take a bunch of water bottles with you that are full of water. All right. They're going to make you throw them out. If you have reusable water bottles, which I highly recommend, you can't have water in them. You need to down the water before you get to the checkpoint. You can refill it when you get through. If it exceeds the 3.4 ounces, it's a no-go. I've seen travelers in San Francisco who they were throwing out 6, 7 bottles of water. Like, once again, these are things that are just kind of common sense. If you know that you have the 311 limit, you should know that you're not going to be able to carry that much water with you. I said I recommend using the reusable water bottles, and the reason for that is if you're on a plane for a long time, people are susceptible to blood clots. So you want to make sure that you are very well hydrated. Hydration, we all know, starts the day before. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water the day before you travel. But having that reusable water bottle, you're able to refill it at a water fountain or bubbler or whatever region of the country you call it. But it's there, and you're not paying excessive prices for water at the airport. You no longer have to hold the water bottle down, and you sit there and you let the water kind of trickle into your bottle. A lot of airports have the water fountain with a dispenser at the top of it that puts the water right into your bottle, so it's very hygienic, and you are able to stay hydrated, fill it up before you get on the plane, because the air in the plane is also very dry. These are some things to keep in mind when you're traveling, to kind of make the probably one of the more aggravating parts of the process go as smooth as possible. If you're not going to get pre-check, like I talked about in my earlier video, just be prepared that there is going to be some nuisances going through security. But you know, if you're prepared, you have a plan, you can make this process go as smooth as possible. So drop some comments down below. Go ahead and head over to Facebook and like one ride on this roller coaster. Anybody has any questions, you can drop some comments under there. We can, engage in some dialogue so everybody can kind of see. And I'll look forward to some feedback from everybody. Let me know what you want to hear about, what you want to talk about, and we can kind of keep this going. I want to make sure that I want everybody to enjoy their travel experiences, whether it's for business or pleasure. You don't want it to be cumbersome, and you don't want it to get to the point where you hate doing it. So, like I said, like my Facebook channel, or my Facebook page rather, YouTube channel, and look forward to seeing everybody next time. All right, everybody, take care of each other and be safe.